Love, peace, light, dark, blessings, everybody. Happy Scorpio full moon. We had a crazy, just beautiful read. We're going to get right into what we need to get right into right now. Okay. Like I said, we're going to pick a sign. Go ahead and start this off. We'll see who's up first. I love you guys. I'm really feeling the Mercury and Taurus vibes where I'm like up early and I'm moving slowly. Libra. Libbies. Libra. I love you guys. What's up, Libra? I love you. Happy Scorpio full moon. I mean, you know Scorpio's energy all too well, Libra. You know, you're super comfortable with the frequency because Scorpio is the verdict after your word. You see that confirmation? So, you know, I think a lot of times Libra is really comfortable around Scorpionic energy because it is what it is by the time it gets to the 8th house. Like, once it leaves the 7th house of relating and it gets dragged down to the underworld, Libra's like, so be it, you know? So, our overall message is wind energy. It's like you have nothing but elemental, wind and water. This is a divine balance. So I think also Libra is really like, I feel like Libra during the Scorpio full moon is like really feeling the punctuation of the reality of being in an air age, going into an age of light that has to do with the air sign. I think Libra of all people is really going to feel super comfortable at this time, I feel. Sorry. I was just like super snotty and crying like hard in the tar seating. But I feel like the Scorpio full moon really like helps you feel in your element. That's what I'm hearing. And I think the water of Scorpio, like I think that one of the messages I just heard, like this is the funniest message, like, they're trying to take you out of your element, but I have this feeling that you had the strength under this full moon to stay in your element. This is huge. That's what I just heard. You had the strength to stay in your own element through the transformation. Meaning Libra didn't switch up, which makes sense because the last time I talked to you, Libra, you were like hometown hero frequencies. Okay. This is it, Libra, this is exactly it. You represent the collective vision. Like when Scorpio's storm comes, Libra knows it's just. So Libra doesn't flip the switch up. Like this is like the judge who's like, yeah, I did have to find that person guilty. Yes, and they are going to go spend life in prison, but it's because we proved that they did murder all 25 of these people, right? And so Libra is able to like go, like the judge that closes a heinous case and has to go on to the next one. Like this is you, Libra. Like you're like, yeah, it is what it is. Yes, it is the water element, right? But just because we're being submerged in the water at this time with this full moon does not mean that I have to switch up, because I feel like Libra, huge message I'm getting is like your hands are clean. You know what I mean? Like you were disciplined during the cycle, so you don't have dirt. That's why you can expect nothing but good things to come for you. You can expect the things that you put in to come to you. Your actual report being like, I'm expecting the contracts, I'm expecting the collaborative opportunities, I'm expecting this to propagate for me because, you know, like I said, I feel like Libra, I keep hearing like messages that are like, dude, this time, the perception of darkness at this time is only for the dark ass bitches. Like Libra's very aware. It's like, yeah, it would be scary right now. This is where like when astrology is like, oh my God, this moon's going to be one way and everybody's going to be suffering. Like Libra has the discernment because they're intellectuals. They're like, no, baby, that would only be happening if I put the karma in for that, because you understand the scales of balance. You understand that no one's victimized. So you understand that attracting things is exactly that. Like you've attracted the situation onto you. But I think Libra is sitting very cool, calm, and collected under the Scorpio full moon because you know what you have and have not done. And so you know there will never be a day where like I'm getting booked and I didn't even know it, or you know what I mean? Libra is taking that. Like I think Libra is like, this is a very like reaping what you sow. Or reaping what you sow, right? And Libra knows that. And Libra also represents the collective accountability right now. Like Libra's literally like, bro, you're going to get this if you did this. Right? And I think it came by ways that you need to put up further boundaries. Like I think with Libra, like this full moon probably showed you like, oh, if I, like there's nothing to get away with under a Scorpio moon, so the truth is going to be the truth. So I feel like this is one of those things where you got to be by the book, you got to be authentic, you got to be in your own element, you got to be who you are. Libra saw that. Whether you're high vibrational, low vibrational, whether I feel like Libra was manifesting experiences because there was a lot of wands energy here, meaning these are things you're creating just to help remind you that, oh, okay, good, we are going into an Aquarian age. Let me just show you, Libra, what the universe has for you. Let me show you what kind of husband I'm married to. Let's get it fucking.
Libra shit, bro.
Libra shit. Oh.
Alright, to go with our fucking morning cocky.
To go with the morning cocky. So anywho, I'm gonna give this message while I eat some oatmeal. Because Libra, that's how I feel like you're acting under the Scorpio moon.
The flavors. What? Mind you. Seems like flip.
What?
Scented. Scented.
Thank you, baby.
I didn't want to mix. I didn't mix the brown sugar and stuff, but it's in there.
What? The fuck? So Libra. Let's bring it back. So many synchronicities, Libra.
Synchronicities.
Or it's like, Libra is fucking around and finding out under the Scorpio moon. Like I said, high or low vibration. You're realizing, yep, exactly what you put in is what you're gonna get out. There's no like free passes, nothing. So, under the moon, if you want to protect the things you create, you have to put up discernment. You have to be in your boundaries to protect your peace. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a big message for Libras. You got to see under this moon very quick close up and like in your face, like, yep. Because say you did something and it's like that fucking came back, like it was like, say I was committing to self-sabotage and then I actually kicked my own ass. Like, something just happened to me. Here's a good example. My brother, Libra rising. Mother's Day this year, we already told you guys, Mother's Day was if you didn't hear on the black market, Mother's Day was not, we weren't celebrating this year. There's too many mother moons. Y'all are lying. Your mom's trying to take it to you. Right? I'm just kidding. No, but like for real, it was time to talk about how many fucked up mothers there really are. Because their life was fucked up systemically. Anywho, Mother's Day, me and Dennis were like, Mother's Day, I'm the mother. So we were no contact with anyone but ourselves.
Just honoring self.
Well, my brother, who I'm with right now, and his housemate were like gonna go visit their mothers. Listen, I'm not here to influence anything because my relationship is not everybody else's relationship, obviously. But I could tell you, I was like, well, my mom's in a rough place right now. She is. And so he's doing the same jig that I would usually do if I wasn't in my fucking stab and return fuck these bitches era. And so he does the same, like, oh, what should I get her? Should I do da-da-da-da? And I'm like, yeah, I'm past that frequency. I'm not here to honor nobody that doesn't have no awards it burned. I'm in my Saturn era.
Yeah,
so he goes, right? And I didn't have to even really like say shit about like how it went or whatever. Long story short, they spend all day out Mother's Day. We're here doing whatever else, and they come back, and my brother is like, I got pulled over. I'm like, oh, hell no. You don't understand what kind of trauma that is for me. The police are a frequency, and it was just really horrific. He got pulled over for an improper U-turn. Libra rising. And as he was on his way home from my mom's side. Which I could say, because I told you about my mom's house being transformed into a prison, because that's what it gives. And lo and behold, the one time, my brother never sees my mom. He only really even goes to see my mom if I'm there. So he'll definitely do the like Mother's Day once a year, but it's usually like, Lex, do you know if mom's, it's like always coming to me because he has no idea, no pulse on what she's on. And so, comes back, And it was a traumatic experience with the cops. All just to get a warning. But it's dangerous and scary. He's driving a car that is not his. And the car has all its own issues. So he wasn't really set up proper to be protected. Like, he's also driving around with non-black people. And those non-black people put this black man behind the wheel of a car that's, like, not safe to really even drive. So there's a lot of layers here. And then the cops were involved. I literally started freaking out. I was like, what the fuck? Because we had a beautiful Mother's Day to ourselves. Right? And I was so like, dude. Fuck no. Because they didn't know we weren't going to go. Or they didn't know we weren't participating in Mother's Day. So I thought to myself, I said, Libra Mars. Holy shit. What the fuck if I would have gone and done that? What if I would have been the person that was in the car? Maybe me and the cop? No. Mm-mm. 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 I am too spiritually sensitive to take on that kind of experience. And it would have been bad. But my brother, let me tell you one thing about my brother. He's like the blueprint. He's like the OG love child, so he's like exactly like me. And so he has the exact same sensitivities. Like, and my heart was just breaking.
Yeah.
Realizing that I would have not even suggested for them to even go to my mom's house out of obligation. They go all the way out to Round Rock. Do some obligatory shit when someone is like in their worst sickness. It was so bad. You ever know? You come home from a function and you don't say a word about it. You know that shit was ass. They come back. Only thing they have to say is like, "What y'all do all day?" We're like, dude, dropping albums, dropping fucking.
Right.
Went on our walk, had some sex, like had a good time.
Had a good time. Enjoyed Mother's Day.
Enjoyed the day, and they're like, "Okay, yeah, well, I got pulled over." I'm like, "What the fucking fuck?
Yeah.
Huh? Not okay." And I was just like, I was just thanking God that under that was like, because a full moon cop running is like fucked up. That's when you know you're getting the fucking niggas who have a quota. You're getting like, it's a not, no. And I was so upset about it for my brother. Because I just think like, what the fuck? But he realized immediately after, he came home and he's like, no, it's me, because I did a U-turn, I look up, I see it says no U-turn, and as soon as he registered, he was like, the car light behind me went, whew! And he was in this little sub-city in South Austin called whatever, and that's why, because it's like a sub-district within Austin, but it has its own like police force and fire department. So there's like, maybe like, I don't fucking know, hundreds of people that live. It's not like that many people, so the cops in that area are like, they don't have anything going on. There's no crime. Hence why they're going to pull someone over for doing a U-turn. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Just trying to make that quota.
I'm just trying to make a quota because it's like, is that... Okay. Anywho. So, Libra. Sherman expected it. Like, he did the U-turn illegally. And immediately, Three of Pentacles got the fucking karma back. But all that taught him as soon as he came home was like, it really also reflected the bigger thematics of like, dude, I know going to my mom's house wasn't worth it because they didn't, we haven't heard a single thing about what they did. Nothing. That's how bad these bums are doing. For real. And so, I say all this to say, Libra, protect your happiness. That's what you have the opportunity for under the Scorpio moon. I'm going to go pee, Libra. Dennis?
Yeah. Bro, we're up. Protect your happiness, bro.
You're a Libra North Node. Talk to him.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Libra North Node here. Just to confirm. All of that shit, bro. Yeah, Mother's Day. This crazy shit was going on. But protecting our peace had us right. Had us, like, on the fucking... Had us the wave. I mean, yeah, I know not everyone's, like, no contact or at this place in their awareness or just with whatever your relationship is to your mom, but for both of us, our Saturn and Aries asses are fucking doing what the fuck we gotta do because, like, yeah, this year specifically, we weren't gonna fuck around. We just saw too much truth in our face, like, based on how our life had gone, like, we were really being brought to, like, places of our past really just to see the truth. So now I feel like there's no confusion, there's no fucking around. So we were protecting our peace. But to those that didn't, I mean, we just got in real time the example being here with her brother, like how what it would have looked like if we didn't have boundaries. If we didn't have that boundary. So I'm grateful right now because while you're setting a boundary too, you don't really get a cookie. You don't really get shit for standing in your boundary other than like the acknowledgement of self and the awareness that like I'm doing what I got to do. I'm doing the right thing for me. Doesn't mean you're gonna get shit. So, but to see that right after, to see like an example in real time of like what just us not setting a boundary answered a lot of questions of like what it would have been like if we did just be like, oh, let's fucking go do the thing, let's.
Right.
So I feel like right now, like I'm just like
I said, that's a very personally that was in a traumatic situation for us.
It was traumatic, not a vibe for anyone, but just.
But that never happens. Also,
no one's ever getting pulled over.
No. No. We're not the frequency of the cops.
No
so, I feel like Spirit showed that Libra very intimately that like things are vibrational. So you're going my brother got a clear example of like what the vibration of like a visit to my mother's house represents for him. I'm not sitting here saying something about my mom like whatever. That's her divine. But in terms of how like she would be doing her children right now, because she's going through the same cycle. Like me and my brother represent the same karma. We have the same dad. Like we represent the same portion of my mom's life that she's like having to reconcile right now. And that's why I say it's not going to be any different. Like if I'm tweaking off of it because she's like really in her I hate Alexis era, then like she's probably in her I hate Sherman era. But like my brother has more like. Me and my brother are extremely compatible to both of our parents. Let's be very real. My parents were in a real love situation, but Sherman has that fucking. My mother's a Sagittarius. My brother is a double Aries. Like my mom's okay. My mom, same big three as Ted Bundy. Okay, so if you just want a visual of her frequency. Okay, Sag, Sun, Aqua, Moon, fucking Leo rising.
It's that 1124 vibe.
Bitch, it's 1124 frequencies. My brother, double Aries, Libra rising. So you already know that's her baby, that's her baby, that's her baby. She's not playing about that nigga.
Right. We was just seeing how they say like Libra and Aries children are like, that's the sibling that's like.
That's the favorite child.
Like that's the favorite.
Because they're good at being children.
Yeah.
And
everyone's gonna love them, no matter what. Right. And that's the dynamic for sure.
And that's definitely the dynamic. Although, mind you, you'd be like, oh, but Alexis, you're an Aquarius. Yeah, me and my mom, we're locked in too. Like there's not really like non-synastry. We're super compatible. I'm Aqua, Sun, Taurus, Moon, Gemini rising. Like, you know what I mean? And even my Scorpio father, I don't know my dad's rising, but he's a Pisces moon. So he's a fucking Underlord. He's fucking King Neptune. Like, that's his frequency. So, Pisces moon, Scorpio sun is the same frequency with these guys. So, all of this to say, Libra, that is the example Spirit wanted me to give you. I'm trying to play on my breakfast. About what you learn like instantly, because that happened on the 11th before the full moon, and I was so grateful that it actually didn't happen like on the full moon. Oh my god, look at this. Oh my god, this is literally what I'm talking about. Did I not just say the moon brought to you karma, right? Things that you know aren't balanced. If you're doing something out of balance, it immediately 10 of swords you and like cause five. Look at this. Wow, isn't that fucking crazy? We were just talking about that.
Yeah, literally.
We're literally just telling Libra like that's what happened. Because Libra, Spirit was just trying to illuminate to you how valuable you are. So like when you do these things that are outside of your actual value.
It's going to be cool.
Scorpio's gonna.
How bad? Recent past, Libra. You are here. Let go, because that's what I'm saying, Libra. There's so much of you that's so used to just like being here to balance things out. But Libra is coming under the Scorpio full moon into into a first house identity of self. In my opinion, that's so necessary. Because it says, yes, Libra, you will never stop balancing the scales no matter where you go. But thinking about yourself as an individual will help you understand that balancing out shit that's misaligned to you is not your role. Let me run that back.
Balancing out shit that isn't aligned to you is not your job. So, if it's giving you this, and you feel like you have to do something to create on top, you don't. All my brother needs to do in that moment, which he knows now, is ask himself, like, do I owe anybody anything for real? Like, because all the societal shit is collapsing, right? We don't just owe our mom shit because she gave birth to us because she wanted to. I don't owe you shit, bitch. I don't owe you shit because you fucking kept me alive and kept yourself out of jail. Like, I don't owe you none of that.
Right.
I don't owe you nothing. Nothing. I'm not ungrateful. Everyone's a child. You were given some shit by your mom too, right? So, let's stop with that. But I just feel like Libra, Nine of Swords in the recent past, like, that's what I mean, because you know, all your hard-earned Libra effort needs to go towards your soulmates. That's what I feel like the Scorpio full moon is doing for Libra. You need to spend all that loving Libra balancing energy on bitches who are actually for you. That's it. I feel like this Scorpio full moon made it very clear. Niggas that are not for you, shit that's not for you, if you're putting your energy towards it,
Don't even give it time.
and I think, like, it was beautiful because, like I said, it was like a traumatic thing just to hear objectively. But my brother, like, I know he got exactly out of. He was just like, I don't even want to.
He got clarity.
He got clarity, and like it was because it was such a Ten of Swords type of situation. Like, I'm talking these niggas. That car was so hot that they were driving. Like, it could have been.
Yeah, they came home and he didn't even need to talk about it. He was like, yeah, that happened, but like, he got the answer. He knew what he needed.
There was nothing more to say.
So we just sat there and fucking.
And so we threw a party. We drunk vloggers and we threw a party like we always do. Oh my God, Libra, you're getting the same shit that whoever the fuck I just did. Taurus, same outcome. It has to do with Venus. It has to do with your strong feminine energy. Again, I think Taurus and Libra are up right now because the divine feminine is being empowered back into her proper original form. You know?
Yeah.
And so for you guys to have to be leading with such feminine energy, I think whatever that situation was that came up with the moon, it just was to strengthen how much you have this. A blank canvas with emotional fulfillment from soulmates. You know, I think Libra's learning right now, ain't no need to chase discord anymore. I don't have to. I have self-value now. I'm a valuable ass Libra. I don't have to go fix the fucking problems of the world when they don't belong to me. Because this is Libra in a new world. This is Libra moving forward. You know what I mean? I think Libra is one, because Libra has that loyalty aspect. And again, your 11th house is so important to you. But again, it's going to take strength for you to just, again, the number one characteristic about my brother is he's like a slice of humility pie. Like, he's never going to be like, he really thinks of himself as just a guy. And so, like, cycles like this might be hard for him, where it's like a cycle based on like your personal value. Like, what if Spirit's telling you, Libra, like, you get to spin the wheel of fortune, your bitches don't, but you do? I think a lot of Libras will be like, oh, if my friends don't get to, you know, get a spin, I won't go. And that, Libra, is what the Scorpio moon was trying to push you out of. Because it takes strength for a Libra to not just see themselves as like I said, here to balance out the community. You know, you actually just represent internal balance, really. Oh my God. Libra, it's your fucking time. Because outside of you, you're done with this cycle, bro. You're done with the cycle. Because I get it. Your feminine is here. Your divine feminine is here. She's done with the cycle and she's here to be exactly who she is without limitation. Your divine masculine is the one that had to make the proper use of will. I feel like that was the thing, Libra. It's like, no more of your divine masculine not using their will in the appropriate place and then therefore putting you in this position. Then therefore, because when you're in this much of a fear anxiety space, when you have this much anxiety, that should just be the flag right there. If you're anxious about doing something, or if you need other people, like my brother, right? When it comes to my parents, my brother always needs, he's like, I'll go if you go. And I'm like, nigga, that means you don't like these niggas. Like, just like cut them out. You don't even have to do the like, please, like, are you gonna go? No, nigga, because like I'm not. Like, when these niggas push me, I'm like, I'm good, you know? It is what it is. There's plenty of people who have shitty ass parents. Like, I might be one of them. That's okay, you know? And whatever. But at the end of the day, like, I just don't want to see Libra putting themselves at this time, because I think like the thing that's going to change the age of the Aquarian is going to get really sobering and really Saturnian. and it's just gonna fucking clock you. You know what I mean? Like, when I think to myself about my brother's inner child being pulled over by fucking the gangsters of our community, I shed a tear. He's such a sweet, gentle, innocent young child and at heart, and that child is looking at my brother's ability to like parent and govern him, and it's like, why are you putting, I have too much value. I don't want to be in these cars that could get me booked up for life. I don't want to be driving. I don't want to be doing any, right? So all of that stuff comes to the surface at this time, right? Because I think, Libra, like I said, your worst fear may have manifested where it's like, this is a mess. Hey. Where it's like, this is a mess in front of your face. But only to show you, like, where you are really in union. To show you that, like, I also think Libras also feel like when they do stuff independently, maybe you don't feel like you can do things as well independently. I think this is a huge time for Libra to realize, like, maybe it's time to go independent. Maybe it's time to really start working on just, like, your relationship to yourself instead of always thinking about the gang that's going to help you get the idea done. You know what I mean? Or the gang that's going to, like, help you do the things that you just want to do by yourself. I think Libra is getting shown that, like, you're much more in union than you think. And if you have a friend group that's so positively supports you, never forget that that's a reflection of your internal union. You know, I want to tell that to Libras. Whenever you're around really good people, the part of you that attracted that reflects that. It's exactly that. Because I believe this Scorpio full moon, Spirit was trying to move you forward. And I believe Spirit gave you, like, for me, with my brother, like, me coming here after I'm, like, getting put out by my own mother and being like, yeah, our relationship's severed. Like, I told him that. I was like, yeah, we're not in a good place. Like, don't ask me for updates on her because she, like, cut me out of her life type frequency. And that's fine. Whatever. But I did let him know that, you know? And the temperance energy with you, Libra, is about making sure that, like, if the universe is giving you information like that, like, you don't have to override it. You know what I mean? You don't have to override it. You have a Two of Cups. You have the right to feel secure about the things you've created in your life, Libra. And you also have the right to realize that, like, you should take, like, I think sometimes Libra, too, like, don't be in that, because you guys, that Aries-Libra axis is going to be the fuck around and find out axis. And I just don't want Libra to be like sometimes Spirit does send you people that are just here to help you, like, deter you from, like, negativity. And so if it's someone you trust, Libra, like, you really, that really reflects you and is like, hey, I would suggest, because of how they treated me, I'm pretty sure they probably treat everyone that way, that you're not going to be an exception, right? So we're getting out of that low vibrational Libra energy that's like, oh, but it won't happen to me. No, baby. Some stuff is systemic. Some stuff is actually, like, people's character, and, like, and so it's not actually like the Libra charm is going to get you a different treatment, you know? So, like, my brother's really used to in the past where it's like my mom's always, like, favored his energy, fire sign shit, right? But in the end, I'm like, no, but the way that my mom is treating me is a reflection of, like, just how she's treating people in general. Like, I'm not even gonna sit up here and say it's, like, a specific, like, fuck Alexis to her. She's really comfortable with me and she really trusts me, which is why when someone's living with, like, deep suppression, they really, like, let it out on the person that they feel the safest with. So it's like a fucking knock on the chin, but also, like, an honor that, like, oh yeah, I mean, it's not honoring the situation, but it's like the honor of being, like, the most real bitch that these people know, and that's why they fucking, because they can't talk to anybody else they surround themselves with. But I just think that right now, Libra, like, you don't need to be in that paradigm of, like, oh, it won't happen for me like that. You know what I mean? If someone's like, oh, I got this happened to me, or, you know, hey, make sure you have this, like, sometimes the universe, just remember to take everything as, like, the universe trying to give you opportunities to be prepared. Because didn't we open this up being like, you know, not every reader gives you the fucking proper heads up? The way, maybe I didn't in this reading, but I was just talking about how, like, you know, what I'm really trying to do here is, like, give you the heads up. You know, so that you don't even just, like, find out about this shit after and just, like, are always reflecting. So that you can actually, like, make your next step aware of the thematics. So I would just say that's one of them, you know, is, like, not being in the ego space to think that, like, when people come to you, like, hey, this just, like, really happened to me, like, just remember that's, like, a real life experience. Exactly. Because I believe the storm was brewing and was coming, and I just believe that Spirit gave you a heads up. Like, because look where you started. Spirit was letting you know there's a storm coming. Brace yourself. And I think you did that. Like, I think for the most part, Libra, like I said, even with what happened to my brother, it was like I helped him because like I think my brother, even him, he didn't go by himself. He didn't like, you know, they really curated their trip once they realized like I was not going, and for like reasons that had to do with like this person is not someone I could like honor celebrating today, and I also like we're not in a good rapport right now. Like the way they're behaving is not appropriate. And so when he went, I think he was much more braced because I had told him that, you know, because I was like, hey, just make sure you're protected. Don't feel the need to overgive. Don't feel the need to like put yourself out for people who have so much and don't really need somebody to just like give them sympathy or make them feel better about. Like, don't do that. And I'm just really grateful because I feel like if my brother had not listened to that, it just would have been a very different scenario. So, Libra, that is your message. You are starting off very much in your element, very much in your truth. And it was what helped you realize when the storm was actually coming and how to stay in inner peace. So, congratulations to you, Libra. I probably would just like call this message of like, you know, this you finally get to, you like are proven for like as someone who like knows like you reap what you sow. And Libra knows that now. So I'm so happy for you, Libra. Congratulations. Happy Scorpio full moon. I'm just so glad that you get to be transformed into a much more individual like energy. Like someone that isn't actually dealing with codependency at all. Like someone that actually is like, you know, I don't need to like say like, oh, my friends and my team are the one that got me to where I am today. Like, no, Libra, you got you where you are today because you reap and sow beautiful things. So love you. Congratulations. And happy Aries. Aries? What the fuck? Happy fucking Scorpio full moon. Kisses.